Good morning, St Albert's infants. We have another story today. We have Eric Makes a Splash, and this book is written by Emily MacKenzie. Let's start. Oh, I wonder if that's Eric. We'll find out. Eric Makes a Splash. Eric was a worrier. He worried about noises in the night. He worried about finding spiders in his welly boots. He worried about getting lost in the park. They're all things that I think I might worry about. But nothing worried Eric more than trying new things. Luckily, Eric had a brave and kind best friend who loved to help him feel brave. Flora was fearless and Eric thought she was just wonderful. Oh, that must be Flora there. On Monday, Flora wanted to splash in the muddy puddles, but Eric worried about getting his boots dirty. Why don't you pretend you're a piglet rolling in the mud, or a hippo having a bath, suggested Flora. Soon they were sploshing and splashing together. That looks like fun. Can we see them? On Tuesday, Eric worried that he wouldn't like the new sandwich fillings his mum had put in his packed lunch. Why don't you pretend you're a bear, Eric, said Flora. Bears love honey, and they're big, strong, and very fuzzy-wuzzy. I bet it tastes yummy. Eric wasn't sure, but he had a bite. And Flora was right. Honey was delicious. He's enjoying his sandwiches with the honey. I love a sandwich with honey. On Wednesday, Eric worried that the very tall climbing frame was making his knees wobbly. I think that would make my knees wobbly too. Why don't you pretend you're a spider on a giant sticky web, said Flora. Then you won't fall. And on Thursday, Eric was worried about the scary dark. Let's pretend you're owls, Eric, said Flora. They fly at night all the time. Together they hooted and twit-twoo loudly. But then Friday, something arrived in the post that made Eric very worried indeed. I wonder what he could be worried about. I wonder if you could pause the video and discuss with the person with you, whether it's your adult or your brother or sister, what do you think comes in the post that makes him worried? Let's find out. It was an invitation to a swimming party. Dear Eric, you're invited to Desmond and Raymond's swimming party at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Soggy Towel Swimming Pool. See you there. Don't forget your towel. This sent Eric into a worrying whirl. What if his fur got wet? What if the water went into his eyes? What if he sank to the bottom of the pool? That's all of his worries. Do you think that sort of thing would worry you? Why don't we go shopping and buy you some new swimming trunks, said Flora. But even Eric's favourite pair didn't make him feel any better. Ta-da, said Flora. Look, a swimming cap with a dinosaur on it. This will keep your fur dry. And how about these goggles? But Eric still was worried. Until... Now we're going somewhere, said Eric with a smile. Look at all the rubber rings around him. Finally, they were off to the pool. Splash, splish, splash, splosh. Everyone jumped in and Eric just sat on the side. Why don't you pretend you're a dolphin or a seal or a shark or a turtle, said Flora. They are all great at swimming. But this time the idea of pretending to be something else didn't make Eric feel any braver. He dipped one toe in the water and he heard Flora say, "You can do it, Eric." So he took a very deep, brave breath and splash! He was in the water and he felt very proud of himself until... What do you think is going to happen next? Sam slipped in a puddle and knocked Desmond, who accidentally pushed Raymond in. Raymond bounced on Betty, who fell backwards onto the boat. Susie went soaring through the air and pop everything and everybody went quiet. But something amazing was happening. Look, Flora, cried Eric. I'm swimming all by myself. Eric had never felt braver in his whole life. But Flora didn't answer because Flora was standing at the top of a very, very, very tall slide, looking very, very, very worried. She does look quite worried, doesn't she? I wonder what would you say to Flora to help her not be as worried anymore? Luckily, Eric knew just what to do. Why don't we pretend to be penguins, he said. They're very good at sliding. Flora smiled. You know what, Eric? I think that's a very, very good idea. So after a very deep breath and a very brave breath, Flora and Eric held hands, counted to 3, 1, 2, 3, and swoosh, slippy, splish, splash. They made it all the way down to the bottom together, because best friends are always there when you need them, smiled Eric. What do you think you could do for your best friend to help them feel brave when they're not feeling very brave?